Your Python program is slow, but where is it slow? Why is it slow? In this video, I'm going to show you the new statistical profiler that will be part of Python 3.15 when it is released this coming October 2026. You can already play with it in the beta version of 3.15, and I'm going to show you why it's new, different, and exciting, as well as how to use it a bit. So first of all, if you look at the what's new for Python 3.15, you will see two lines here having to do with PEP 799, and both of these have to do with profiling. So Python has come with profilers for a long time. There's the profile module and the cProfile module. The cProfile module runs much faster. Most people want to use it. And the idea is that it attaches itself, it sort of embeds itself within your Python program and keeps track of every single thing that happens there. And then when it's done running your program, when you're done running your program, it can tell you what took a long time, what functions was it spending time in, and so forth. That's great, except the mere fact that it inserts itself in your program between every opcode call, well, that slows down your program, and that might make it sort of untenable, either if the program is big and heavy already, or think about it, if it's in production, you don't want to slow down your production program. So these tools will still exist, they are still in Python, but they're being put into a larger module called profiling. And the profiling module is where we're going to stick all the profiling things, the old legacy profilers, which still have their use cases, no doubt about it, and the brand new profiler, the statistical profiler, that is the really big news here. So what is a statistical profiler? It says, look, if I were to check every single thing that happens in the code, then that would take a very long time. Instead, I'm going to check your program once in a while. In our case, by default, 1,000 times a second. And you can see that while it's officially profiling.sampling, that is the module that it is being put in. You can see inside the profiling package in the standard library. It's officially called sampling, but they are calling it Tachyon. And everywhere in the documentation it refers to that as well. And you see it has this funny looking logo as well. I mean, amazing looking logo as well. So how does this work? Well, if you have a really small, short program, it's not going to do much to do any statistical profiling because it won't be able to gather any statistics. So what I did was I wrote a program here that uses os.walk, and os.walk takes a directory name as an argument, and then it goes through every subdirectory under that directory, and it does that recursively. So every single subdirectory and every single subdirectory, it finds it, and then it says, oh, well, I've got here the current subdirectory. What are the directories underneath here, and what are the files in this directory? And so what it's going to do is create a dictionary in which the directory name will be the key. Each directory name will be a key, and then there'll be a sub-dictionary there saying the size was the total size of all non-directory files in that directory, and then how many non-directory files are there. By the way, this is taken almost verbatim, with some changes here and there, from the documentation for os.walk. So this is not original to me. And the idea is that basically I'm going to create this dictionary little by little by little, and I'm going to iterate over it. This takes long enough, if I point it at my home directory, that we'll be able to play with it a little bit. So let's say I want to know, where is it spending time? How long is it taking? So I can go into my project here, and this is what I have to say. I have to say uv run Python, because I'm going to be running Python, minus little m profiling.sampling. And that loads up Tachyon. But then I give Tachyon, then I give the sampling profiler a command. And the command is going to be run, and my program is called filestats.py. So what is this going to do? It's going to load up Python. It's going to load up this module. You can think of a little m as like import. I think of it as import. And then within that, it has a command called run and runs the program. And I do this and it gives me an error. And the error is because I'm on a Mac, and the Mac, like many modern computer systems, has all sorts of security stuff built in. And in this case, the security means I can't just willy-nilly sort of run a program and then access all of its information, because it is going to be in a separate process. But it does tell me that I can say sudo minus big E, and then the double exclamation point means simply the previous command. Here I'm just going to type it. So I do this, and I enter my password, and now it starts running. And it's going to start running this program, and you can see the output for the program as it finds files that it cannot access, that I cannot get the size of, and it'll keep going until the program is over. This could take quite a while. So what I can do instead is I can say Control C, let's stop this, and now it gives me my first statistical output. First of all, it tells me that it sampled 1,000 times a second. So 1,000 times a second, it was checking in with my program. Hey, how long are you, what are you up to? What are you up to? What are you up to? All told, it got about 15,000 samples in those 15 seconds it was running. And you can see that it spends most of its time here in the getSize function, not a big surprise. It's also checking, is it a link? Is it a symbolic link or a hard link? And you can see all these different things that it's spending time doing. It tells you a legend here, and then it says summary of interesting functions. Which functions were we spending the most time on? Which functions were invoked the most number of times? It gives you a sense of where should you concentrate your effort if you're worried that things are running slowly. By the way, if you want to, you can say run, you can say minus little d10, and then it will run for 10 seconds and just stops. You don't need to sit there with a stopwatch or so it'll run for 10 seconds. That will give us, of course, about 10,000 samples, and then we'll get the output right, there we go, right away. That's pretty snazzy. But that's not the snazziest part of this. I'm going to run this now. I'm going to actually just run my program. I'm going to go to the other thing here. I'm going to say uv run Python. Actually, I can just say, run Python and then file stats.py. And it's going to start running. And it even tells me it's in PID and process ID 87943. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to my other tab now. I'm going to start up profiling. And instead of saying run, I'm going to say attach to that process ID. And so they don't need to be started at the same time. They don't need, it can be a running process. So if you have a server, a web application, an API server that's running there, then you can attach to it and you can start your profiling after the program is started. You can end your profiling before the program is stopped. And here we go. It's going to tell me what did it find while that program was running. And it continues to run. It's going to keep doing its thing, which is pretty great, again, for programs in production. And I want to stress, because this is in a separate process and because it is statistically sampling, it actually has almost zero overhead. This profiler is not going to affect the performance of your production code there. So this is pretty great, but we can do even better. I know you're thinking, how can it be better? I can say here, for example, attach -- heat map. And heat maps are a way for us to graphically see how much time a program was spending in different parts of it. So I'm going to let this run for another few moments here. It's attached, it did its thing. I press Control C, it finishes, and it says, oh yeah, I have this heat map here. If I now say open of heat map index, and look at this, it's going to give me now, well, I mean, like, it had some samples here, expand all, collapse all, okay, just one file profiled, here we go. Miss samples, okay, so it wasn't really doing that much. I actually thought that it was going to show more. Oh, here we go, there we go. Allow. There we go. That's what I was looking for. It shows me where we were spending time inside of this file. This heat map really gives us all sorts of interesting things here that you can go through and better understand, not just in text and in numbers, but also graphically where your program is spending its time, and so where you can and should spend it, pay attention and improve and optimize your code. This is one of the really big things that is in this 3.15 release that's expected later this October. Let me know what questions and problems you have. Let me know what other questions you have about the 3.15 release, and I'll be back real soon with lots more about Python 3.15, as well as everything Python, Pandas, and all in between. I'll see you then.